what that means. It is the Revolution buy-in. We are less than 1 hour away from Revolution coming up on pay-per-view tonight. I am Excalibur, joined by Tony Schiavone. And Tony, there is electricity in the air.
It's been this way the entire week, Excalibur, and we're so great to be in Florida, so grateful. But we're very, very excited about our third Revolution. They have never disappointed yet.
And what a main event we have for the AEW World Championship title. Hangman Adam Page looks to defend against Adam Cole.
A lot of bad blood literally in this one. A dog collar match. CM Punk and MJF finally hook it up.
Can Jon Moxley finally slay the American Dragon Bryan Danielson? Find out tonight on pay-per-view.
In a Tornado Trios match, Matt Hardy, Andrade El Idolo, Isaiah Cassidy will take on the TNT champ, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Sting.
The AEW Women's World Championship hangs in the balance. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, looks to defend against her heated rival, Thunder Rosa.
Six has qualified for the Fates of the Revolution ladder match. The winner tonight will go on to get a TNT title shot. Who will it be?
Chris Jericho looks to defend his legacy, while Eddie Kingston looks to define his tonight at Revolution.
In a tag team three-way match for the World Championship, Jurassic Express will defend against Red Dragon and the Young Bucks.
The undefeated TBS champion Jade Cargill faces her toughest test yet in none other than Ty Conti. But coming up right now here on the buy-in, legit Layla Hirsch goes one-on-one with the Galaxy's greatest alien, Chris Statlander.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring, legit Layla Hirsch.
Tony Schiavone, so much history between legit Layla Hirsch and Chris Statlander. These two called each other friends. It was Christmas night, Rampage Holiday Bash. Statlander got the victory, but Layla Hirsch walked out, and that began the month of assaults.
And I was there when she got hit by that chair not once, but twice by legit Layla Hirsch. Yeah, this is a very personal match between two of our top contenders to the AEW Women's World title.
From the Andromeda Galaxy, Chris Statlander.
Chris Statlander, of course, flanked, supported by the best friends, Trent Beretta, Wheeler Yuta, and sexy Chucky T, Chuck Taylor. But Statlander going into battle alone here tonight.
Chris Statlander is truly one of the best athletes that we have in AEW. Any division, she really is. You can just see how strong and long and lean that she is, ready to go. But now purpose. Good to see Stephon Smith to be our first referee here tonight.
And the Revolution buy-in coming your way right here from the Edition Financial Arena in Orlando, Florida. The fans still filing in to join us for our sold-out Revolution coming your way at the top of the hour. Live tonight at 8 Eastern on pay-per-view through traditional cable and satellite providers, the all-new Bleacher Report app, select movie theaters nationwide, and Fight.tv internationally.
There you saw that BR Live app where you can get the code and join us.
Nice side headlock takeover by Statlander. Brings Layla Hirsch down to the mat. Layla giving up a pretty sizable height advantage, but she more than makes up for it with her folk-style wrestling background, that high school wrestling that she perfected in New Jersey. Oh, Statlander, though, got the elbow kicked out.
Now, she showed a lot of quickness that time, Excalibur. And not only that, I was surprised that Statlander early on this match went right down to the mat with her. I think when you go to the mat against Layla Hirsch, you're at a disadvantage.
Certainly seems that way, as Layla Hirsch now ratcheting up the aggression here in our opening contest of the evening. And, oh, Statlander spills to the outside, courtesy of legit Layla Hirsch.
Been asked many times about the, as many fans would say, the change of attitude of Layla Hirsch. I said, Layla has always kind of been that way. She's always, you know, been very outspoken, speaks her mind, very aggressive. I don't know how much she has really changed, really.
She has the arm of Chris Statlander trapped between the steps and the ring, and the drop kick into the steps, looking to damage, looking to incapacitate her former friend, Statlander.
Well, now that's a change, because I don't think that the Layla Hirsch that we saw many months ago would have done something outside like that. She would have been very content to keeping it on the inside.
And now Layla Hirsch giving Chris Statlander an earful. And, you know, for Layla Hirsch, she did not end 2021 in a very strong way. She was on a bit of a losing streak, and actually her last loss inside an AEW ring came at the hands of Chris Statlander, who just reversed the power slam. 1, 2, no. But since then, Tony, Layla Hirsch undefeated, a perfect 5-0 record.
Yeah, and that means something. That means a lot for confidence. That means a lot for momentum. And speaking of momentum, great job by Statlander to follow her into the ropes. Didn't expect her to come out with that power slam.
Oh, Layla Hirsch rattles the top rope. Chris Statlander comes crashing down, and perhaps Layla Hirsch thinks that that change of attitude is justified with that perfect unbeaten record here in 2022.
Whatever it takes, I guess, to be successful. Everybody approaches the match differently. Everybody prepares for the day differently. Obviously, Layla Hirsch feels that this is her best way to get back to the top in AEW.
Layla Hirsch comes charging in, drop kick on the elbow. And of course, you talk about preparation. We noticed that freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy was not with Layla Hirsch, or excuse me, with Chris Statlander when she made her entrance. Of course, Orange Cassidy preparing for that Face of the Revolution ladder match. I think probably preparing by taking a nap.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it will be Orange Cassidy, Wardlow, Keith Lee, Christian Cage, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks. All look. Oh, wait a second, Layla Hirsch. Look at that cross arm breaker. This could be over right now.
It could be over very early. You're right, Excalibur. And it all comes from pushing the arm between the ring post and the steps, smashing the arm. She has worked on it. But you're right about that ladder match. I want to tell you, we got some of the biggest, strongest men in AEW.
Whoa, Layla Hirsch, a bit of a step and a misstep, and Chris Statlander taking advantage. And now with the body scissors locked in. Ooh, back elbow by Layla Hirsch. Statlander trying to hammer down on her opponent.
Sound strategy here. One of Statlander's really biggest weapons, her legs. She is so strong in her legs, you can see that.
And maybe even with that knee brace going into the ribs of Layla Hirsch, a little extra punishment, but that was a powerful back elbow strike, and now just mounted elbows being delivered by Layla Hirsch.
I think you're right. Good call on the knee brace. It certainly helps out the punishment on the side of Layla Hirsch.
And these two heated rivals, just a hockey fight in the center of the ring. Layla Hirsch coming back with a big elbow strike. Ooh.
I think when it comes to striking like this, I really think that Statlander has the advantage because she is swinging down. Hirsch has to swing up. I think you get more behind it when you're really swinging down.
Yeah, and I think Chris Statlander definitely with the power advantage. Swing and a miss. Oh, combination and the back breaker by Chris Statlander.
And Statlander should probably follow this up, but right now she's still hurting, as you can see.
And remember, Revolution is coming your way live at the top of the hour on pay-per-view through traditional cable and satellite providers, the all-new Bleacher Report app, and Fight.tv internationally. Layla Hirsch picks the ankle of Chris Statlander. Oh, nice roundhouse kick by Statlander.
Strong legs again.
Layla Hirsch is dazed, and now the Blue Thunder bomb. 1, 2, no.
Now she rolled out of that to Hirsch, but Hirsch is really in a lot of pain right now.
Yeah, Chris Statlander, were she to push the advantage right now, may be able to come away with a victory here on the Revolution buy-in. Layla Hirsch pulling herself upright in the corner. Chris Statlander closes the distance. Big time uppercut. Statlander comes, running knee strike. Hirsch outside of the ropes on the apron.
Wow, Layla Hirsch really in trouble here. Look at this. She can barely get to her feet.
Statlander, ooh, through the boot. Hirsch, ooh.
Wow. Hey, I think she lured her in that time, actually.
Oh, but Layla went for that knee strike. Chris Statlander was able to anticipate it, hits the uppercut. And now, oh, wait a second. She's thinking Big Bang Theory. Oh, but Layla able to reverse out of it. These two competitors walking the tightrope, and Layla Hirsch just kicked the inside of the elbow of Chris Statlander. Now the step up, Huracan run off the ring apron.
I'm not so sure, Excalibur, who got the worst of that, because you see she's holding her lower back.
We'll take another look at this. Layla Hirsch came down, but I think Statlander actually landed on the knees of Layla Hirsch.
Yeah.
And referee Stefan Smith giving the 10 count to Chris Statlander on the outside. Layla Hirsch content to compose herself inside the ring. Layla comes in, that running knee strike right across the jaw of Chris Statlander. Whoa! Layla Hirsch popped up Statlander. They're at the back suplex, now the German suplex. 1, 2, no!
She's so strong, and she's still hooked. She's still hooked to her. She won't let go here.
Yeah, Layla Hirsch hanging on to the waist lock. Flips Statlander out, now the cross arm breaker. And Layla Hirsch hammering down with the heel of her boot across the jaw of Statlander. This could be it. Statlander desperately needs to clench those hands together. But Layla Hirsch hanging on. And Statlander finally makes it to the bottom rope.
The only thing she could do right there, but a lot of damage has been done, Excalibur, since really the opening bell to this arm.
Yeah, that has been Layla Hirsch's focus throughout the entirety of this match. And we know she likes to use that Juji that cross arm breaker as a finishing technique. And the knee strike, but Statlander, there's the power even from a seated position. Statlander threw a big time right hand. Almost out of desperation, I think.
Yeah, Layla trying to fight this off. She maybe tries to hook these turnbuckles with her legs if she can to keep from going over, because you know what Statlander's going to try here.
Whoa, elbow strike by Layla Hirsch.
Great job.
And Layla trying to position herself. Oh, look at this, a hanging sleeper in the corner. And now getting on the shoulders of Chris Statlander. Layla Hirsch maybe thinking victory roll, but Statlander once again, the power on display, Tony.
The legs, the strong legs, being able to hoist her up.
And Chris Statlander just flattened Layla Hirsch. Statlander now, the inside hook. Hirsch planted, Statlander covers, and no! Layla Hirsch able to kick out.
It's a heck of a move, Excalibur, but you can't hook a leg, you're not going to get a pin out of it.
What a back and forth battle to kick things off here tonight on the Revolution buy-in. And what is
that an extra turnbuckle?
Layla Hirsch with a turnbuckle in her hand. And I don't think Statlander didn't know it. Layla Hirsch just cracked Statlander in the head with the turnbuckle. The referee, his back was turned. He didn't see it either. And Layla Hirsch, the moonsault press. 2, 3, Layla Hirsch steals it.
Here is your winner, legit Layla Hirsch.
Wow. Chris Statlander threw down her gauntlets. She literally took off her wristbands, and that's what distracted the referee's attention and allowed Layla Hirsch to strike with that turnbuckle link and score the win. What a way to kick off the buy-in here tonight, and what a victory for legit Layla Hirsch, who remains undefeated in 2022. Well, still to come tonight on, oh, wait a second. Red Velvet, who is friends with Chris Statlander and legit Layla Hirsch, coming to check on Statlander, who got just dropped by that turnbuckle. Well, from one heated rivalry to another, CM Punk and MJF will collide at Revolution in the brutal, the dangerous dog collar match.
The best in the world, that was always an attitude.
I made a promise that I was gonna become the best in the world in spite of CM Punk.
I think that it's kind of MJF he's talking about all the time. It doesn't stop.
I beat CM Punk already 2 times, one night. He's not on my level.
I don't want to be tethered to garbage human beings, and right now I'm tethered to Max.
Maxwell Jacob Friedman, will you be my Valentine?
We've seen in the past dog collar matches are bloody and brutal.
Here's a collar, there's a chain. The chain can be used to whip somebody, smash their face, do whatever you want to do.
You left me, you gutless coward!
I didn't pick it because it's easy. I picked it because this is what Max deserves.
And this Sunday at Revolution, I'm gonna show you that I am the devil himself.
Tonight on Revolution on pay-per-view, Fight.tv and Bleacher Report, CM Punk and MJF, the dog collar match. And right now, our Tony Schiavone is standing by with a very special guest.
Okay, Excalibur, we are very excited to have a very special guest with us here on the buy-in tonight, and let's bring him in right now.
This music can mean only one thing. The former AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega. God damn it. Well, there you see the walking bag of human refuse, Don Callis' return to AEW to pull one over on us once again. Congratulations, Don. Be proud of yourself. Tony, can you pop him in the jaw for me, please? I'll give you $20, $50, $100, 200.
So this is it. This is you.
What? Were you expecting somebody else?
$500, Tony, I swear to God.
Sorry, you don't get Kenny Omega tonight. Tonight, you're gonna listen to me. I don't know what you're complaining about. Kenny Omega and I gave you the greatest world title run in the history of this business. Multiple world title matches. Multiple match of the year candidates, multiple 5-star matches. And all while Kenny had catastrophic injuries. And you know who I blame for that? I blame all of you. You people who couldn't get enough. Oh, please, Kenny, one more 5-star match. Please, Kenny, one more world title, Kenny. You people sucked the blood out of Kenny Omega. And Kenny, I was thinking of having Kenny come down here tonight, but when I saw what's on this pay-per-view, I frankly was disgusted. I was disgusted by the violence. I mean, we got a ladder match. We got Moxley and Danielson are gonna rip each other's heads off. We got a dog collar match. But it's gonna be a great night, Schiavone, for the elite. Because I fully expect the Young Bucks are gonna win the AEW World Tag Team titles tonight. And your friend Adam Cole, he's been doing a great job for Kenny. In fact, he's even created a group within a group. Some might call it a sleeper cell, I don't know. And I think we all understand that if Kenny Omega were here tonight, he'd be winning the world title in the main event. But since Kenny's not here, I am very confident that Adam Cole is gonna be your new AEW World Champion. And I think it's great, Schiavone, because I think Adam Cole will be a fantastic transitional champion right up until the second that Kenny Omega walks through those doors and takes his place as the AEW World Champion, because Shivani, as we know, there's only one diamond in this business, kid, and his name is Kenny. By God, Omega!
Well, I do apologize from the bottom of my heart for having to hear from Don Callis on an open microphone for that long. But on to bigger and better things. Revolution coming your way at the top of the hour. And part of that huge event, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley going one-on-one.
We should be fighting together.
I don't stand side by side with nobody till I bleed with them first.
Better back down, you're in my domain. Got the whole crowd screaming out our name. It's a blowout, it's a hurricane, it's over. Before you know it, while you're shaking, we're a dynasty in the making. We're the royalty, now we're breaking down the enemy. Move over.
You want a match? You got it!
We're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights for the glory.
I've never backed down from a challenge my entire career.
All due respect aside, I'm going to beat the absolute piss out of Bryan Danielson.
Don't be surprised if you're the only person bleeding.
Cannot wait for the collision between Danielson and Moxley coming up tonight at Revolution.
401 fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Freehold, New Jersey, weighing 234 pounds, QT Marshall.
QT Marshall poised to go one.
Cut the music.
One with the cold-hearted, handsome devil hook, and we are joined by none other than the human suplex machine, Taz.
If there's one thing I've learned over my successful career, it's when you want something done right, you have to do it yourself.
QT Marshall, of course, has sent his lackeys at the
So
factory
tonight,
after hook.
As much as I don't want to have to do this, because that sensation is one of my prize students, I'm gonna show him what being cold-hearted really is all about.
Taz, you have anything to say to the words of QT Marshall?
Not at the moment. Well, you know, look, obviously he is really ticked off about Hook.
And his opponent from St. Mark's Place, weighing 201 pounds, he is Hook!
Well, Taz, this is undoubtedly the biggest test of Hook's young career. What did you guys do to prepare for this?
Well, I didn't have to do anything. Hook did his preparation, Excalibur. And the way he is, every time he steps in a ring, a gym, a dojo, when he was younger on a field, it was always his biggest test. He puts a plethora of pressure on himself and then barrels through it.
Yeah,
he's going to do the same damn thing tonight.
I'm sorry, Ted. You can tell by looking at him, if this is his biggest test, he's not concerned at all. He has that same poker face.
Yeah, nothing, it doesn't faze him. That's the thing. It doesn't matter that QT Marshall he's one of his trainers. He wasn't his only trainer here. Let's be honest here. One of his main trainers for sure.
And there we see Hook with the disrespect, turns his back on his opponent.
Boy, listen to the fans. Listen to the fans.
Remember, we We are just over 30 minutes away from Revolution, coming up at the top of the hour live on pay-per-view through traditional cable and satellite providers, the all-new Bleacher Report app, and Fight.tv internationally.
Real quick, just a simple go behind, reverse ankle pick, and flattened out QT Marshall on his mush.
Got to be a little humbling for QT Marshall.
Look at this.
Oh, hook!
Oh, wow. Hey, that's a Morote Sayanagi. You don't see that much.
And now,
bow and arrow.
Yeah, he's got the
trying to get it.
The ankle, the right ankle of QT Marshall captured.
Freestyle bow and arrow attempt. QT was smart enough to get to the ropes.
QT, a very competent, very accomplished wrestler, over 18 years, or nearly 18 years of in-ring experience, but Hook delivering those vicious body shots and a huge headbutt.
How about a headbutt out of that? I think it's very smart by Hook. Let QT do the talking. Hook will do the wrestling here.
He's all about action, Shivani, to your point. That's how Hook rolls, baby.
Right.
Uh-oh, watch out
Hook.
here.
Man,
The reversal. Grab that.
T-bone straight out.
T-bone, and then QT Marshall sent spilling to the outside. The cold-hearted, handsome devil Hook has not even broken a sweat.
He is way ahead of the curve for someone who has been in the ring just a few months? Just way ahead of the curve.
Oh, look, it's QT wants him on the floor here.
He's trying to bait Hook into coming outside of the ring.
Hook does his work in the middle, baby.
Yeah, Hook knows he can't win the match on the outside. Oh, QT in his face. And QT trying to...
there you go.
Caught him with something while the ref... I don't know what he got. It looked like maybe the throat.
Yeah, Hook holding his throat, and QT Marshall. This is where the experience of QT Marshall, the crafty veteran tricks, come into play.
Absolutely. Got up against the ropes, got the referee's back turned, and you saw the result.
Watch out. Oh, yeah, here we go. Pop those hips.
The shoulder capture suplex on the floor.
Good call, Taz. He popped him all right.
Well, once he locked up that leg,
right,
those hips need to explode, and they did, which was perfect timing.
And this sold-out Edition Arena in Orlando, Florida, 100% behind Hook. And QT Marshall again. He grabbed the trunks, drove Hook face first into that middle turnbuckle pad.
Well, no doubt QT's crafty. Both you guys laid that out, and it's a fact. He is.
Better move.
And that's something that's, you know, it's tough to prepare for in the gym. You're not really going over those little sly tactics of QT Marshall. Nice vertical suplex by QT Marshall. And QT drops the elbow, pointed the elbow onto the chest. Lateral press. Just a 1 count.
Well, I don't think our audience and the fans have noticed or have seen yet the resiliency and the toughness and the fortitude Hook has. I can assure you he can take punishment.
Yeah, Taz, I don't have my stopwatch out, but it feels like this is Hook's longest match to date. But right now, the Northern Light suplex, it could be over here.
Got him.
2-0. Tremendous bridge by Hook, belly button pointed toward the sky, but QT able to fire that shoulder up off the canvas.
We talk so much about the upper body strength of Hook that you can see. Oh, God. But how about how powerful and strong his legs are, man? Look at the development of those quads.
Well, you're talking about a former Division I athlete playing lacrosse. Right. All he did was run up and down the field and take people out with a long stick. So to your point, Tony, he's got the quad strength. But right now, unfortunately, QT's in control here. I don't like this.
Yeah, back suplex by QT Marshall. Set Hook in the center of the ring. But QT getting his footing on the top rope, and QT sweeps off the legs.
Yeah, no, I think what happened was we missed a shot, but it looked like Hook, I think, hit those ropes and vibrated Excalibur. Look at this.
The high collar, and then the overhead throw by Hook. QT Marshall in the ropes. Hook, I think Hook maybe he was trying to bring QT back towards center, thinking Red Rum perhaps.
Yeah, I think he was.
QT.
He's calling for the diamond cutter.
No.
And we've seen how dangerous that can be time and time again, but Hook had it scouted. Wild swing and a miss by Hook. QT thought he was elevating over, but he walked right into Red Rum.
Get the legs in. There you go.
There you go, he did it.
The hooks are in, and QT is tapping out.
Winner of this match, Hook.
Well, Taz, I'm tipping my cap to not only Hook, but Team Taz entirely. That was a tremendous victory for the cold-hearted Handsome Devil.
Well, yeah, maybe this will shut up QT.
Well, coming up tonight, our Revolution main event for the biggest prize in our sport, Hangman Adam Page and the undefeated Adam Cole.
Hangman Adam Page. I want you to listen to Story Time with Adam Cole, baby.
Hangman's got some issues that Adam Cole can try to prey on to try to undermine Hangman.
You've become an unbelievable world champion.
I think that under all that hatred, there's a kind guy in there. The problem for him is that I'm doing much better than he is right now.
Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon, assaulting Hangman from behind.
Cowboy shit, the same thing that the AEW fans fell in love with, it's gonna be his downfall.
Oh, baby! Hangman intercepts the super kick and lays out his challenger.
Who's ready for Story Time with Adam Page, baby? Our tale begins when a young, smug little prick named Adam Cole decided to come for the most precious prize in professional wrestling, the AEW World Championship. And the world listened to the sound of his body hitting the dirt from a freshly cocked buckshot, and that sound was boom.
It will be our main event, but one more match before we get to Revolution. And Tony, it is a huge one.
It will be the House of Black against Penta Oscuro, Eric Redbeard, and the Bastard Pack. And the house is darkened already. Oh, now it's out.
The lights are out in Orlando.
Yeah, I tell you, this is always an ominous beginning.
This is a trios match set for one fall or buy-in time remaining. Approaching the ring at a total combined weight of 745 pounds, Buddy Matthews, Brody King, Malakai Black, House of Black.
Tony, since Malakai Black has arrived in All Elite Wrestling, he has carved a path of destruction, and that was before he added Brody King and Buddy Matthews to his ranks.
And at Caliber, they've only gotten more dangerous, more powerful, even more evil than ever. And we are going to take a look here in a few moments to a couple of guys that Malakai Black basically has run over in his wake.
And this will be the in-ring debut tonight for Buddy Matthews. His reputation, though, precedes him. And Brody King, #1 in violence, the House of Black, a formidable trio, regardless of who the opponents are. However, their opponents have called, as Alex Abrahantes said it, on a monster.
Well, they created all this, the House of Black. They have to answer for all that they've done, and maybe they'll answer for it tonight.
Yeah, Malakai Black, the Black Mist into the eyes of Pac. The Black Mist into the eyes of Penta El Cerro Miedo.
And their opponents first being accompanied by Alex Abrahantes at a combined weight of 424 pounds. The Bastard Pac and Penta Oscuro.
Penta Oscuro. An aspect of Penta's personality brought back from the past.
Thanks to the Black Mist.
Dug from the grave by the Dark Priest. This Penta Oscuro, so violent, so remorseless. And then you add the monster to the mix, Eric Redbeard.
There's been a lot of talk, a lot of discussion about Alex Abrahantes and his change. And he has gone through a change. He didn't get the mist in his eyes, but it's very apparent that Penta has dragged him down to hell with him.
And their partner from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 315 pounds, Eric Redbeard.
This past Friday night at Rampage, the Bastard Pack called on a name from his past, Eric Redbeard, to be the monster, to back up Death Triangle, to face the House of Black. And I think Pac did a pretty good job, Tony.
I think he did a great job because since Brody King has arrived, he's been the biggest man in any match he's been a part of. He's not in this one, Excalibur. The biggest man in the ring right now is Eric Redbeard.
And it looks to be the Bastard Pac and Malakai Black starting things off, and Malakai comes in with that high kick, but Pac immediately to his feet.
Yeah, we should know that he would start very aggressively.
Oh, high boot, that time from Pac. And he got right in the face of Malakai. And we are just minutes away from Revolution live at the top of the hour on pay-per-view through traditional cable and satellite providers, the all-new Bleacher Report app, and Fight.tv internationally. You don't want to miss it. Tag is made. Penta Oscuro. Buddy Matthews starting things off. This is Buddy Matthews' first taste of in-ring competition here in AEW.
He is a phenomenal athlete, man. Look at that. Look at that upper body development. And I like how Penta is slowing things down here a little bit.
Yeah, you almost expect Matthews to come out of the gates hot right here in his AEW debut, but Penta right in his face, but Matthews wrenching the fingers of Penta back.
Yeah, that was a mistake. That was obviously a mistake. And Buddy just wrenching now again.
Overhand chop into the massive chest of the Melbourne Australian native. Swinging a miss by Matthews. Side headlock by Penta. Penta avoids contact, avoids it the second time. Penta so fast, he takes down Matthews to the outside. Penta building up momentum, but whoa!
Boy, Matthews saw that one coming, Excalibur.
And Penta anticipated it. Cero miedo, zero fear. Matthews caught the kick, the roll-up. Penta catches the kick. One, barely a one count. Matthews gets the leg swept out. Penta not even. Look at this, an exchange, rapid fire by both men. Penta and Matthews to their feet.
Tremendous on both men's part.
Everybody Matthews a little bit of begrudging respect toward Penta Oscuro now that these two men have finally touched.
We got a blind tag here, but they're very slow to make an exchange.
And Redbeard,
yeah.
He wants in, he wants to be let off the chain.
And to see these two big men collide.
Redbeard was partners, of course, with the late, great Mr. Brody Lee. Now he finds himself as rivals with Brody King. And neither man willing to give ground. Look at this collision.
As Dusty Rhodes would have said, who's the bull of the woods? These two bulls are wearing each other out here.
And that could be dangerous. You know, you wear yourself out here in the early goings. You may be doing your team a disservice. And now look at the House of Black intervening. But Redbeard,
oh God,
the advantage inside the ring. House of Black, the advantage outside the ring. Redbeard charges in. Brody King ducks under contact. Oh, drop kick by Redbeard.
God, a guy that size with a drop kick. Oh my, he's gonna take flight.
Redbeard and sliding drop kick.
I thought for a moment he was gonna dive to the ropes.
And he takes out Matthews and Malakai.
For a big man, Eric Redbeard.
Oh, Redbeard, the crossbody.
He can fly, man. What quickness for a man his size.
Pac and Penta said they were bringing a monster, and they did exactly that. Eric Redbeard returning. Brody King into the ring. Makes the tag to Penta Oscuro. Penta content to slow down the pace after Eric Redbeard punished Brody King on the outside. Brody, cheap shot there on Redbeard, and now Brody King, cannonball senton. Tag is made to Malakai Black.
Yeah, Redbeard not the only big man that can fly. That was a hell of a move.
Malakai looking to end it quickly. Penta Oscuro able to kick out. Malakai Black immediately bringing Penta to his feet. Throw into the ropes, back elbow.
I have to wonder sometime, as far as the House of Black is concerned.
Cover 2, no. Penta able to kick out once again.
If they really want to win matches, or they just want to lay waste to the wrestlers here in AEW.
The motivations of Malakai Black and the House of Black have always been cryptic, but whenever Malakai Black calls his shot, so to speak, he always lives up to it. That's what we found out.
Sure.
Penta trying to fight his way out of House of Black territory.
Doing a great job.
With Buddy Matthews. Oh, Matthews picks the ankle. And we are just moments away from Revolution at the top of the hour. We have a sold-out crowd here at the Edition Arena in Orlando. People still filing in as Pac fouls in a shoulder tackle to the midsection. Soulbutt doubles over Matthews. Another Soulbutt, that one rocked Matthews. And a single leg sliding drop kick. The bastard Pac, one of the sharpest in the world. Pac charging in, lifting uppercut in the corner.
He gets so much explosion with those legs, those powerful legs of his.
And Pac getting his balance on the top, but he spotted Malakai Black, put to the midsection. Malakai sent out to the floor. Pac, he got caught and DDT'd.
What a great counter move by Matthews, man. Caught him, DDT'd him. It was like a desperation move that you could see, but it worked.
And the tag is made. Brody King, the legal man for the House of Black. And did you hear the contact on that elbow strike? Oh my God.
How about the contact on that?
And Pac is tough, but I don't know if he's tough enough to withstand too many of those.
Here we go again.
Oh, that one.
That was more of a thud than a slap.
And the thudding ones are it works.
That's right.
The kick to the midsection, courtesy of Malakai Black after Pac was held open by Brody King. Nice snap suplex. And Malakai Black with the arm neutralized. Goes through, scissors the head of Pac. And you see Malakai, he's scooting the hips to get Pac away from the ropes.
Yeah, I think he's also trying to position himself for a tag, which
and look, Buddy Matthews. Matthews diverted the referee's attention as Pac was getting the rope break. Very heads-up maneuver by House of Black.
Yeah, it was great teamwork.
Tony, what a way to cap off the buy-in for Revolution. But coming up at the top of the hour, we have an incredible event headed our way.
Yeah, on BR Live, of course, internationally. You can scan, by the way, that code right there that you're seeing on your screen right now to join us on the BR Live app, the all-new one.
All-new BR Live app, improved, refined, and now Malakai Black covers, of course, Fight.tv internationally, and you can order Revolution still on pay-per-view through traditional cable and satellite pay-per-view providers. Whatever you have to do, do it so you can join us and you won't miss a second of Revolution live at 8 o'clock Eastern tonight.
You know, we've got to talk about not only what Penta's gone through, but
cover 2, but the bastard Pac as well,
yeah,
Tony.
That's right. He was blinded, both eyes.
Both eyes that Black missed, the poison fog, so to speak, of Malakai Black. Used on Pac.
So I still wonder, and he obviously won't let on, I still wonder about his vision.
Yeah,
that wasn't that long ago, Excalibur.
Pac came to the ring with the blindfold over the eyes, looking a little Matt Murdock-esque, but then revealed he was not blinded. In fact, he was sharp, but you know, he fully recovered as you were questioning, but Buddy Matthews, the knee to midsection.
Here we go.
House of Black. Send Pac over the top. Pac reaching for the tag. Double back elbows.
He's fighting his way out.
And the tag is made to Penta Oscuro. Penta off the top. Dive and crossbody wipes out Matthews and Malakai. And there's one for Brody King as well.
Boy, Penta, great awareness of where he was after that crossbody.
Penta off the bottom rope. The backstabber. And the sling blade for Malakai Black. Sling blade again. This time on Matthews. Penta, the Cazador, the roll through into the Destroyer! And the thrust kick, the cover, Penta's gonna win it! No!
Oh, he barely got out.
Take another look at this, Tony.
It's amazing. Look at this, into the Destroyer. And wow, the head hit hard that time.
Matthews got stuck by Penta. Welcome to All Elite Wrestling, Mr. Matthews. This buy-in card has been incredible. And Revolution will have no signs of stopping. Matthews, though.
I think he was going for the fear factor there.
Penta was. Oh, the tag was made. Penta got catapulted into the rope. Matthews, I don't think, realizes that Eric Redbeard's the legal man.
He does now. Stopped him in his tracks that time.
Matthews charges in. Redbeard. Big elbow strike and comes over the top and sent down a page out of Brody Lee's book. And Redbeard went for the slam, but Matthews escaped. Malakai Black got the blind tag, and Redbeard eats a boot and a high kick. Kick caught by Redbeard. Eric with Malakai up and brought him over the top into a cutter. 1, 2, no! House of Black, both other members with the save.
Yeah, they had to, or that would have been it. Just look at this eye gouge. Thumb right in the left eye.
But Redbeard was backed up into the corner. The bastard Pac made the tag. Oh, Malakai caught the boot on. What a knee strike. Pac the springboard drop kick. Matthews off the top rope, Meteora. Penta with the thrust kick levels Matthews. Penta coming off. Oh, Malakai, what a knee strike. Roll up there by Pac. 2, no.
Almost stole one there.
Roundhouse kick, missed. Pac, Poison Rana. Whoa, but the discus lariat. But turn around, Brody King. Redbeard just staggered Brody King with that huge elbow strike.
An incredible physical matchup. It's amazing that these guys can even stand, and 3 of them are off their feet right now. I get it, but it's amazing no one's got a win yet, Excalibur.
Redbeard and Brody King teeing off on one another. A big headbutt.
Oh, it stunned them both.
Brody King thinking lariat, but no. The boot into the face. Swinging a miss by Redbeard. Brody King! What a collision! And look at the back heel kick by Redbeard. These monsters, these behemoths teeing off on each other.
God!
And the Death Valley driver. But Brody King unable to capitalize.
Hell, getting him up was amazing enough. You can understand why he can't capitalize. It took a hell of a feat of strength to get Eric Redbeard up and then down.
Redbeard tipping the scale somewhere close to 320 pounds. Brody King got him up and landed the Death Valley driver, but Redbeard gets sent to the outside. And Brody King, building no momentum. Tope Suicida!
Oh, big guy flying like that, that's something else, man. Something else.
And the other competitors, the other rivals in this match, Penta Oscuro, Pac, Buddy Matthews, and Malakai Black on hands and knees as they crawl toward one another.
Fans appreciate it, man. They do. The effort the guys are putting in on both sides.
Matthews and Penta, Pac, and Malakai. Oh! Combination shots there by Death Triangle. Release German suplex. Malakai Black sent over the top. And Pac building up momentum over the top. Wipes out Matthews on the floor.
Incredible how he can move his body, contort his body in midair.
Redbeard, the collision on the outside. And Penta Oscuro.
Yeah, this one's personal here.
With Malakai Black dazed on the apron. Oh no. Penta, he's looking for Made in Japan. But Malakai Black able to fight his way out of it. Oh, what a knee strike. Oh. Penta, yeah. Shot to the midsection. He sent Malakai into the turnbuckles. And Penta, if he lands this fear factor on the apron.
Look at this.
Oh my God.
Got to get him in the ring, though, to pin him.
Penta's gonna do it. He's gonna cover. And, oh, Malakai Black, not the legal man.
Oh my God, you're right.
But Buddy Matthews looking for the curse stomp. Driving Penta face first, 2, no, Pac breaks it up. That momentary misstep by Penta Oscuro. He was so focused on revenge on Malakai Black, he lapsed on who the legal man was, Shivani.
Yeah, it sure did, and it cost him. And now you can see Penta is still out, and now down goes Pac as well. God, the House of Black, they are so resilient.
And Redbeard up to his feet. Brody King nowhere to be found as Malakai Black and Buddy Matthews trying to pull themselves up to their feet with the assistance of the ropes. And now they're assessing the situation, realizing that the monster Eric Redbeard is standing across the ring from them.
I think he's still feeling the effects of that gouge to the eye.
Look at House of Black trying to surround Redbeard. Redbeard in a 2-on-1 situation here. He sends Matthews into the corner. Redbeard charges in with the face with a high boot. Redbeard staggered out towards center. Matthews looking for Meteora, but Redbeard caught him with the hand around the throat. And Malakai Black, that back heel kick.
Those kicks, man, they are so lethal.
And when Malakai lands that back heel kick, typically the lights go out, but Redbeard struggling, fighting up to his feet. Redbeard up to his feet, and he's got Matthews, he's got Malakai. Oh, the miss! The black miss of the eye! The rising knee strike, and Brody King.
It's the same eye they
Oh my God, the pile driver! 1, 2, 3!
Aerial winners, House of Black.
Same eye they gouged earlier. They sprayed the mist in.
Great observation, Tony. Malakai Black once again proving to be one step ahead of Death Triangle and Eric Rowan. Redbeard, take a look at this. The mist into the eye, and then the pile driver. The cover and the victory for House of Black. But Tony, something tells me Death Triangle's not gonna take this lying down.
No, again, they have to resort to the black mist to win their matches. Each and every time, seemingly. And it does more than win matches, it injures.
It blinds, but it won tonight. And coming your way at the top of the hour, Revolution live on pay-per-view, the main event for the biggest prize in our sport. Hangman Adam Page defends the AEW World Championship against the undefeated, top-ranked Adam Cole.
Who do you want to win in this one? Yeah, I agree with you. CM Punk. CM Punk, MJF in a dog collar match. The next cover of that one is going to get violence.
And you want to talk about violence. John Moxley said for him to accept Bryan Danielson's offer, they have to bleed together first. Will that be the case tonight?
Members of the AHFO, Matt Hardy, Andre El Idolo, Isaiah Cassidy in a Tornado Trios match against TNT champion Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Sting.
And the AEW Women's World Championship on the line. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, against her arch rival, the #1 ranked Thunder Rosa.
Wardlow, Keith Lee, Powerhouse Hobbs, Orange Cassidy, Ricky Starks, and the latest one to enter, Christian Cage in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. The winner will go on to get a TNT championship shot.
And not only that, the TBS championship, Jade Cargill, undefeated, undeniable, but she will have her toughest test yet against Ty Conti.
In addition, the AEW World Tag Team Championship in a three-way. It'll be Red Dragon, the Young Bucks, and the champs, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
But then one of the most heated rivalries here in AEW, and it will be how we kick off Revolution. The Mad King, Eddie Kingston, goes one-on-one with the influencer, Chris Jericho.
At the very first Dynamite, the last image anybody watching that episode saw was the Inner Circle standing tall.
And that group was the most influential group and biggest name group in AEW.
We've seen cracks in the Inner Circle that we've never really had before.
I'm the influencer in this company.
While Jericho might think that Eddie Kingston instigated this, Jericho may have to look inside and determine if that's really true or not.
He gave Santana and Ortiz a reason to be here.
I can tell you exactly what your problem is.
Deep down inside, he's nothing more than a loser.
You can't win the big one.
I'm gonna eat you alive.
You know, we don't like each other, and this is not something that we do on a pro wrestling show. I really don't like the guy.
If I have to, I'll do anything to win.
This could be a statement victory for Eddie Kingston, or this could be Chris Jericho defending and defining his legacy.
The unstoppable force versus the immovable object, so to speak. Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho will kick off Revolution here tonight in a matter of moments. But Tony Schiavone, our broadcast team, is not yet complete.
Yeah, baby.
Gentlemen, the Hall of Fame voice of wrestling, Jim Ross.
Tony, JR about to join us here tonight, but Revolution, so many ways to order it at the top of the hour on pay-per-view through traditional cable and satellite providers. The all-new Bleacher Report app, and if you are outside the United States, please join us on Fight.tv.
Got a seat for you here, Jim Ross.
Night. What a great pay-per-view. I just got a gut feeling, and a strong gut feeling. This could be one hell of an event.
I think if the buy-in is any indication of the action we're going to see, we are going to see some great action here tonight. And we just saw Chris Jericho, Eddie Kingston. Chris Jericho said that Eddie Kingston is a loser. And I don't agree with that. I really don't. Eddie has really fought his way to get here, like many of us have.
He has, but he's never won on pay-per-view. That's the point that Chris Jericho wants to make. Eddie Kingston always comes up short.
Maybe Eddie's due. Maybe Eddie's due here.
That's right.
That would slow the roll a little bit of Chris Jericho, no doubt about that.
You can scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen to join us on the all-new Bleacher Report app in just a matter of moments. We are sold out here tonight in Orlando, and the atmosphere is electric.
At the Edition Financial Arena here on the campus of Central Florida. They love AEW Wrestling, and we are going to have a lot going on. And let me say, Don Callis, I hope certainly that we have a better special guest coming up in a pay-per-view than we do than Don Callis. Don't want to see his ass again.
Yeah, and he didn't wear any socks.
All right, you ready, guys?
Damn right, I'm ready. You ready, X?
I am more than ready. Revolution coming your way live in just seconds.
Saddle up.